Hey there, how's it going? So the second Guardians of the Galaxy movie is coming out soon, so what better time to recap and review the first one than now? And just a warning, if you haven't seen the first one, this video may contain spoilers. But come on, the movie's like 3 years old already. The first Guardians of the Galaxy was released in 2014 and was part of Marvel's Phase 2 of movies. They started out establishing characters like Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, and the Hulk in their own solo movies, creating this Marvel Cinematic Universe, ultimately bringing them all together at the end of Phase 1 in the mega-hyped first Avengers movie. In Phase 2, while also releasing sequels for their established characters, Marvel also decided to focus on lesser-known heroes such as the Guardians of the Galaxy. While characters like Captain America and Iron Man had stories that were set mainly on Earth, the Guardians of the Galaxy would be an intergalactic space adventure that would introduce characters to the mainstream audience that they have never heard of. But given the success Marvel already had, it gave them the confidence to introduce these obscure characters to expand upon the Marvel Cinematic Universe even further, allowing for more omnipotent characters to be introduced, such as Thanos. So Guardians of the Galaxy mainly focuses on Peter Quill, who was abducted by an alien spaceship when he was a boy, and grew up to be this Han Solo space pirate type character played by Chris Pratt. We see him traversing this cave looking for an orb that he plans to sell for a lot of money. The orb is apparently an ancient artifact that is highly sought after by a bunch of baddies, and eventually, a bounty is set on Quill's head and he is quickly captured and thrown in space jail. And while in jail, he meets up with a group of outcasts and misfits, and together, they form the Guardians of the Galaxy! This movie was a lot of fun, and it was nice to see a change of pace from the regular Avengers hero movies that we were getting at the time, like Iron Man, Cap, Thor, and the Hulk. Constantly seeing the same heroes over and over again started to become a bit stale, so it was nice to see that they managed to expand upon this universe, giving light to more lesser-known characters. The core group is genuinely a likable bunch. Chris Pratt is awesome as Star-Lord. He's a kid that grew up in the 80s, so he mentions a lot of things from 80s pop culture, which made me like the character even more. Rocket is hilarious in this movie. He's a wisecracking, sarcastic, talking raccoon that's voiced by Bradley Cooper, and definitely steals the show in this film. Rocket is the tech guy of the group, and is kind of a dick. It would be amazing if they paired him with Tony Stark in Avengers Infinity War so that they can hurl insults at each other back and forth. That'd be awesome to see. Vin Diesel receives his easiest paycheck ever by voicing Groot, a lovable talking tree that says nothing but "I am Groot" over and over again. And Zoe Saldana and Dave Bautista plays Gamora and Drax, who have a bitter history with Thanos, and completes the ensemble cast. And together, they play off each other really well, creating a pretty lovable group of characters. The visuals in this film is awesome. At the time, Marvel films were mainly set on Earth, so we really never got to see much out of the ordinary. With Guardians, we are taken into space and get to explore these new worlds and alien races. And it was also nice to see such a colorful palette on screen when these worlds are presented to you. The soundtrack is what makes this movie, and I thought it was a pretty ingenious idea to incorporate the music into the story of the film. When Peter Quill is taken from his home on Earth, he had a mixtape that his mother made for him featuring all her favorite songs from the 70s and 80s, which he constantly listens to remind him of his home. The songs that are featured in this film totally fit the tone of the movie, and is a great way to introduce younger generations to these classic songs. A week after I watched Guardians of the Galaxy in the theater, you have no idea how many times I heard Hooked on a Feeling playing on phones just everywhere. Although I really enjoyed Guardians of the Galaxy, and it's a movie that I would watch again and again, I did find a couple of things that were pretty lame in the movie. One of them being Ronan, the main villain of the film. He's just a pretty forgettable bad guy, and pretty much plays second fiddle to Thanos. The guy just isn't very likable, and I don't feel very attached to the character at all. It's like, Thanos is out there, and he's like an hors d'oeuvre for the heroes to defeat before we finally get to the main course in Infinity War. Although I thought Dave Bautista was fine as Drax, and he does have some pretty funny scenes, he's not the greatest actor, and I did find some scenes where he appeared pretty wooden in his performance. This is a dude who lost his family and is out for revenge for their murder, and I just didn't really feel the motive behind Bautista's performance. Gamora and Drax have pretty cool backstories in the film, and I would have liked to see more of it in the movie, but it was understandable that they couldn't add more to their stories. Otherwise, this movie is going to be like 3 hours long. Guys, in the end, Guardians of the Galaxy is a fun ride. It introduced us to new characters and expanded upon the Marvel Cinematic Universe, giving us something different from the regular Marvel lineup, and makes me a happy panda. Can't wait to see Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 in the theater. I'm hoping to see it opening weekend, so look out for that review coming up on the channel. Anyway, thanks for watching guys, and if you enjoyed this video, give it a like, share it, and subscribe if you haven't already. It'll really help out the channel. Until next time, Panda out.